having eating disorders.
Ruining my hormones was something that I went through.
Hey guys, welcome to It's Pretty Simple, a podcast where I try to make fat loss, training, nutrition nice and simple for you to understand without any of the science jargon behind it. And today I have a guest on the show. With me is Abrar Alyakoob. She's been a client of mine for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
And I brought her on to the show because she represents discipline, and I thought that it would be really good to get her on the show and she could actually talk about how she is so disciplined and how she makes time for training, for nutrition. She is somebody who has a full-time job, she's studying her master's, and she's also a coach at a gym. So that's a lot of things that she's juggling around, so I thought no better person to talk about discipline and finding time for training as much as her. So, hi, welcome to the show. First thing, we're gonna start on why you're here. Alright, so when did you start your fitness journey?
Ages ago, I don't remember. When I was so young.
And what made you want to start?
My parents, it's my parents' influence, honestly. It's not like something I started. I was born like that.
You were born fit?
I'm not born fit. I didn't start the journey. It's my parents' influence.
Okay. And, I mentioned that you are currently doing your master's, right?
Yeah.
So how long ago did you start doing that?
2 years now. 2 years exactly. I have a year left.
And how has your transition been from, just working to then working in coaching, which I think you started 3 years ago, and then adding in masters onto it?
It's hard. It was hard in the beginning. Going to work itself was a lot for me. And training also, like in addition to, I usually go to the gym after work. And then I added coaching to that. That was very hard until I got used to it. It was gradual. And then I masters came in, and then it was so hard until I got used to it. It's like my turn.
Okay, but what keeps you going to making sure that you are continuing your training?
I have a goal.
What is your goal?
My goal is to do my masters, and my actual goal, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I want to teach in university. Okay.
Which means you're gonna eventually have to do PhD.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that yet, but I don't know. Let's see what happens.
And do you think it's gonna be more stressful to try and fit in your?
Of course. Yeah. At PhD, no. If I'm gonna be doing PhD, it's gonna be only PhD.
All right. So let's talk about now.
Yeah,
life is that
it's
more
different.
stressful.
Yeah, but that's my goal. That's why I am struggling right now.
Okay.
To reach that goal.
A lot of people who would be in your situation would just put training on the shelf and focus on everything else because we have a limited amount of time in the day, and at least from my experience with people, time is something they can't seem to find for training, whereas you are doing all these things and you still manage to find the time for it. So why is it that you do that?
How I look like is a priority for me. I have to look good.
So that's your motivation.
Oh yeah.
It's like the sole motivation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's not interesting, you know that. It's not new.
No, I just mean it's interesting that is the only reason you're so
No, it's not only
That's what I'm trying to get to.
That's my the most important reason.
Mm-hmm.
I really care about my looks a lot. And my health. No, my health and then my looks.
Your health and then your looks. Okay, that's.
I want to be healthy for the long term.
That's a better way.
No, I want to be healthy for the long term.
So tell me, what does a typical day look like for you when you have coaching, university, work, everything put together?
Okay, I wake up early in the morning. I wake up by 5:30. I go to the gym by 6 because that's the only time I have to work out, and I have to work out to look good. And then, I go to work. It's from 8 till 2:15.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I go to And at 3 I go to the gym. I coach.
You go to classes.
Yeah. And then that's it. My day ends. I'm done. I go back home and do that all over again.
And uni?
Uni, it's 2 days a week, so it's the exact same thing. But instead of coaching, I go to uni. That's it.
Okay, so I mean you're out of the house for many hours in the day, and doesn't that exhaust you?
It does a lot.
What happens on the days that you end up not waking up early in the morning? What do you do to make up for it? Or do you let that day go and just take it over the next day?
Well, if I was already in the gym, I was coaching, I would do that after. I do like a short session because I'm already exhausted, but I'll just put something in anything. If I was too exhausted, I would just skip the day. It's fine because I'm disciplined. Like I would definitely go to the second day. I have this thing in me. If I didn't do it today, I'm definitely gonna do it tomorrow.
Yeah, you don't get 2 consecutive days off ever. No, that's not in you.
No.
Do you think that's healthy?
Yeah, I listen to my body.
Okay.
If I was too exhausted, I would take a couple of days break. But I do listen to my body. I don't overdo it.
Okay.
I don't. Like if I had exams, I would skip. Sometimes like a week, I would like work out at least 2 to 3 times. Maybe it goes to like twice a week. Yeah.
Okay, but you have your priorities in check.
Oh yeah.
All right. So normally, since coaching is a part-time thing for you, it's something that you enjoy. How come you didn't think that you drop coaching while you're doing your masters? Because obviously, it's not just about going to classes. When you have exams, you've got projects. You have to actually sit and find the time to study and find the time to do the work. So coaching was an optional thing for you. It's not something that you have to do. So how come you didn't choose to put that out of the equation for the time being?
Because coaching is my time off, kinda. I enjoy it. So if I'm just gonna be doing uni and going to work and all of those hectic things, I'm gonna be really exhausted. So for me, coaching is a break. I coach twice a week. 3 times a week. So this is like my time off. I like to be social with the girls. It's fun. It's nice.
It's a social thing for you as well.
Yeah.
So discipline is obviously something that's really important to you, and it's the main thing that keeps you going on this entire regime that you're going with. But has anything changed from the beginning, and did you have any obstacles before?
Yeah.
And what was that?
From the beginning, obstacles to my goals. You mean?
To being disciplined, to being able to fit and prioritize your health and wellness, because again, like I said, there's a lot of people who, if they were in the position that you were in and they had so many things going on for them, training would be the smallest thing on their priority list, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my question to you is that, did you have any barriers in the beginning, and since it's important to you, how did you overcome it?
Yeah, I did. I had more classes. My coaching timings weren't working with me, so I adjusted it with my manager. That worked, and I had I had way more classes than I have now, so I kind of adjusted that, made them less in order for me to work out. So instead of I used to do 6 a.m. classes, so instead of 6 a.m. classes, I work out. That's for me. That's a priority. Because if if I coach 6 a.m. in the morning and then in the afternoon or whatever, I won't even have that capacity or energy to do anything after. So I replaced.
So just time management better. So, what advice would you give somebody who is struggling to fit even a 30-minute workout in?
Well, how would I advise someone to be healthy? I don't know. It's like you have to prioritize it's also your mental health. Like, how are you gonna keep going with life? Like, I don't know, working out is good for my mental health also. It keeps me going with the masters too.
Yeah, because you're taking time to take care of yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Again, I think it comes down to how important the person's why is. Like if somebody just trains to train, with no actual goal or health is a priority or anything like that, I think it's something that's very easy to not complete.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're so sure of what your why is, whether it's like, this is my body goal, or my health is my priority, or I have so much stress from work that this is for my mental health, I think that makes people kind of stick to something more.
Mental health, yeah.
Just having a strong why, I think, more than anything else. And your why is
my mental health, yeah. It's very important.
So is it the body or the mental health? Which one first?
I have phases. Like for now, it's my mental health. I have a lot going, so it's my mental health. When I don't have a lot going to my body.
Fair enough. I mean, that's how it should be.
No, right? How I look like has always been my why.
I mean,
but like
good.
Yeah.
It's
mental health is also important to keep me going. I don't think I would do masters without working out.
Yeah.
Like for me, I don't know about others, but like I can't. Movement makes me feel alive. Also,
it's you and everybody else, and I think a lot of people don't understand the impact of movement. You know, especially if somebody like you've been training for so many years, but if there's somebody who's fairly new to this.
They're gonna feel 10 times better.
But they don't realize it because in the moment they don't feel good and they feel exhausted, you know, like...
Yeah, it needs time.
Exactly. So I feel like a lot of people don't tend to connect the feel good with training, because when you train, it's not like you instantly feel good, especially when you're still new to it.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a while, and then you start to see your mood is improving, your energy levels are improving, and all of that is improving. So I feel like people tend to not...
Like any other, not even working out, any other thing. Like, remember climbing?
Yeah.
I was so, like, in the very beginning, I was so, like, I wanted to quit, but I didn't, because I'm not a quitter.
You're not.
No, I'm not a quitter, but I keep saying I'm just gonna drop. I can't do this anymore. But, like, in my head, I don't know, it's in me, I can't.
Just for some context, I climb, and I really enjoy it, and she's currently visiting me, and so I wanted her to try the sport because I know her discipline and her mindset, because she's got this mindset where it's like, I'm gonna do it. If I said I'm gonna do it, I'm going to do it.
Even if I'm in the middle of the obstacle and I feel like I'm gonna quit, and my brain talks to me.
Even if it's something she's not interested in, which was actually climbing.
I was not interested in climbing at all, and now I love it. I'm gonna go back to Korea. I'm taking this course. I really didn't expect that at all.
I took her because I wanted to climb, and I need one more person.
Yeah, I ended up.
But that also is the discipline, you know. Like when I went climbing, when I did my climbing.
Climbing is discipline.
Yeah. When I did my climbing course, my climbing coach actually told me, he's like, you are so disciplined and you are so stubborn when you're on the wall that it's such a good thing, because no matter what you're feeling, you're not giving up. And so for me, climbing, as I told you before as well, it's not a physical sport as much as it is to train your brain, to train the mental obstacles that we have.
Yeah.
And I feel
reminds me of masters a lot. Like in the middle of the obstacle, I feel like I'm gonna give up, but I keep going. I don't know what keeps me going, but I keep going.
Yeah.
Which is my discipline too.
Exactly. So it all comes down to that. It's just having that, you know, I'm gonna make it to the end. And that's climbing for me. It's like, I'm not in pain, my body's fine, but I'm going to make it to the top.
It's the fear. It's for me, it was fear and like feeling frustrated in the middle. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to hang on to.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was nice. I liked it.
That's cool. Yeah, I feel for me it's not really the fear. It's more like once I start something, I have to finish it. Like, yeah, I'm not a quitter either actually. No. Yeah. I may throw up at the end of a lot of things, but I will never quit any of them.
Yeah, that's how you know you made it.
Exactly.
When you throw up.
When you throw up, it's like, I did it. I didn't want to do it, but I did it. Okay, so we've talked about, you going to work, you coaching, you doing your masters, and then fitting in your fitness from there. But in all of this, how do you find time for friends and family and just socializing? Because that's also important for your mental health, no?
Yeah. My social life, it got better in the gym. I have really good friends. Nura, Sarah, Dana. I'm gonna forget a lot of people, but all of those just small people. But my family is got a little bit. It's not like that great with my family. because masters take a lot of time. So I can't be really social. I do whatever I can do, and with my family. But like, let's say if I'm going out with my cousin Leila Jinan, they would adjust like the timings around my schedule.
I think because you've made it clear that
They really care.
So your situation, you're not married, you don't have kids, you can manage all these things, right? So you can have your little social life, you can have all of that. What advice would you give somebody who, is married with a little baby, and they've got a full-time job as well? How would you advise them to find that time and the discipline to train? Because again, if you have a newborn baby at home, your mental health. You and me are not in that situation, but there are a lot of people our age that are in that situation, and that's usually a barrier to their fitness goal. I have my family, I've got a baby, I've got this, I've got that. So what advice would you give them? And how to find
There's
time?
no such thing as I don't have time, or it's a barrier. For like, if I was married, if I had a kid or whatever, I'll just do it at home. There is no such thing. I don't believe in that. Like, contact Nick for a program. Maybe she can make you a home program. What do you call it?
Yeah, home program.
Yeah, it's easy. Nothing is. There's always a solution.
Yeah,
It's not a barrier. Like, even if I want to do a 20-minute workout at home, or if it's about the equipment, you can buy one.
So you think it's just an excuse?
It's pretty simple.
It's pretty simple. But do you think it's just an excuse that a lot of people make? Because
of course it's an excuse.
Yeah, because this is why I wanted you on here, because yes, you don't have kids or anything like that, but your life is very full. And for me, when I try to tell people there's always time, I'm not somebody who can justify that with my current experience. At least in the past, there was always time, but I was also only working in fitness. So being in the gym all the time gave me time to train. But I also had to find a certain timing for me to train, because working in a gym means socializing, means people talking all the time to you. You still have to put that time aside. But now the kind of life that I lead, I have so much time, So I'm not blocked for time. I don't have anybody in my life around me, needing my attention. I don't have anything like that. So this is why I wanted you to come on, just with such a full life, to be able to.
Yeah, because for a married girl, what are the barriers? Taking your kid, no nanny, going to the gym, that takes time. If the gym is far, the timings are not like working with you, and all. For someone who doesn't have time and has a baby and all, like the time that you don't have is you going to the gym. What else could it be? Like, I don't know.
They don't have a nanny.
Yeah.
Let's say somebody doesn't have a nanny. They have no help at home.
Well, the baby's asleep. Come on, like anything. 10 minutes. No, 15 minutes.
No, for me, the advice always is train at home. I know a lot of moms have also told me that, I want to get out of the house because that's my escape as well, but I cannot, so I can only do it twice a week, which is fine, I think, but the other days, do it at home and find a day or two where you can actually get out of the house.
Yeah, you can make it happen.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so we've talked about fitness and how you find time with your entire busy schedule to make it to the gym. I want to now touch on nutrition, because of course, if you're talking about your health and you're talking about your mental health, what you put into your body also makes a difference, right? Because if you're eating junk food all the time, you can train for your mental health, but you're still going to be low in energy, and then that's not going to make you feel good mentally. So with this whole busy schedule, how do you manage your food and make sure that you're still getting the nutrition that you need for your body goals?
Diet companies.
That's fine.
They don't all. Not all of them work, honestly.
So you're using a diet company, right?
Yeah, but not now. But since I started uni, I literally didn't have time, like, at all. So I started with the diet companies, like, for like almost a year and a half.
Okay. And let's talk about the diet companies a little bit. What is your opinion on diet companies, and do you think that they give you what you need, because my opinion is different. So I want to hear yours first.
Yeah, I don't really care about macros and all of these things. So I just like, it's the quality of the food, as long as it's not too unhealthy.
You want to talk about why you don't care about the macros? Because macros is important depending on the goals, right?
Well, I went through phases.
But
I
you do
used
care about
to.
macros.
Yeah, of course.
You don't care about calories. There's a difference.
Yeah, I do care about macros. Honestly, yeah. That's...
Do you think it's the best solution?
No, but I really don't have time.
Okay.
That's the least best solution. Like, especially the diet companies are a bit expensive. The cheaper you go with companies, the less nutrition you'll get from them.
Yeah, the less protein they give you too.
Less protein. Oh God, I just had this recent diet company. I constantly get hungry from, because they have put like that much of chicken. I swear, that much.
Well, my theory on diet companies is that they may be affordable, but if you're gonna get food for 60 kd a month,
They're gonna
you're gonna give you a lot of fats, so you're gonna hit your calories, because getting your calories up with fats is very easy, but they're not gonna give you protein because protein is more expensive.
Exactly.
And I feel like
they're gonna fit that 60 kd.
Okay, so like, let's say you get what are you using? Like, how much protein are you getting from your diet company?
Barely. I don't remember.
So what do you do
Where's my
on top of that?
I add protein shakes. Like, I add almost 2 scoops of protein shakes. And sometimes I add like a food, like let's say at home they made food, I'll just add that too, which is protein. There was chicken and something. Yeah, it's really not enough.
Do you think there's any company that gives enough protein? My opinion is no.
The expensive ones.
Do you think, I mean, I know you're pressed for time, so that's always an option, right? So like me as well, I always tell my clients, if you are going to get a food subscription company, you're better off getting a lower calorie thing from them and then adding in your protein.
Exactly. Well, that's what I did last time, you told me.
Yeah, so it's like, add 2 protein shakes, maybe add a couple of eggs in the morning. It's easy to do that, to hit the protein goal. But do you think cooking your own food is better than doing this, if you had the time to?
Of course.
And you used to do that, right?
Yeah, when I had a lot of time. Yeah, I used to do that. I used to count. No, when I used to do that, I was that was the worst phase of my life. Remember the shredding phase?
Yeah.
I used to count every single thing.
But that's the thing,
I got to my goal,
but you're obsessive.
Oh yeah. But that was a phase of my life that I was obsessive. Even with my off days, remember? I used to like, it's either I have to like take the day off, like let's say on Monday. I have to take it on Monday no matter what.
Yeah,
I would never adjust.
I remember when you stopped me from eating a full protein bar, and you said you can only have half once a week.
Oh yeah, oh God, I was like, what? Oh yeah, I had like a peanut butter thing, like
yeah. Do you think that's healthy?
No, it's not healthy because being disciplined is really good, but that discipline in food, I don't know, food is a bit another.
So where do you think the line comes in? Because again, another problem that, I mean, we're talking about discipline here, right? So we finished talking about time. Now let's talk about the discipline with food.
Yeah.
Okay, and where exactly is the line? Because it's very easy to go into obsessive behaviors and then having eating disorders.
Ruining my hormones was something that I went through.
Because
it was so bad. Even my mood, everything. But I had a goal. I got to that goal.
But was it worth it?
No, it wasn't worth it. I like when I reached my goal, I'm like, okay, this is not my goal anymore. I want something else.
But that's the thing, right? That's what tends to happen, I think, with all of us. We all have this goal, and then we want to keep doing something else and have another goal. So do you think having a body goal is something that's a good thing?
I don't know. There's at a certain point.
How many times have you changed your body goals?
3 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've had to do completely different things each time.
Oh, yeah.
I know that because I've been coaching you. So with your food, with your training, everything.
Yeah.
And the food, I feel, is the hardest part with this, and
Yeah.
I think a lot of people can develop eating disorders and bad habits to that, and obsessive behaviors like you did.
Yeah.
And then you just switched, and now you went from counting every single thing to now what do you do?
Just being healthy. Like, not overdoing anything. Like, I'm in the middle.
But it doesn't.
If I'm craving chocolate, I will go eat chocolate. I would not overdo it though, because
Really? Let's be honest.
no, I don't overdo.
No, my point of saying that.
No, if I'm not a person who wouldn't get fat. If I keep having a lifestyle that I'm having right now, you're balancing it out though with all of those activities that we're doing. I get fat.
No, my point more is that your goal is different now, and it's not something that really bothers you to keep your calories down and maintain some sort of body fat percentage or anything like that.
Yeah, but I'm not unhealthy. I don't have unhealthy.
Would you ever chase that body fat goal again if you had to do it all over again?
No, not at all. It wasn't healthy.
Mm-hmm.
It was not healthy. How far did I go with my body fat? Do you remember? It was insane. You were like, what?
It was quite low. I think I can't remember.
It was so bad. It was so bad. Yeah, I reached my body goal with that, and then I didn't, it's not even worth it.
Yeah.
It was a wish for me to eat a certain thing. It was a wish. I was wishing to, let's say Friday. Let Friday come, please. Why would I even feel that?
I never managed to get into that phase, thank God. I think I because I worked with so many people, I realized very early on. I mean, I did some extreme diets for sure, and I did some crazy extreme things for sure.
Yeah, we have to go.
Yeah, I did get to a phase where I hid in the bathroom and ate Kit Kat.
I don't understand.
That was once, and then I realized, why am I doing this? And then I stopped, but I never got to that point.
Why are you tricking yourself?
I was tricking myself. That was the thing. This is where the discipline, the problem comes in, right?
Yeah.
Because
it's like girls in the gym, when they come to you, they're like, I don't know why I'm not losing weight. I'm doing so good, with my diet and everything and whatever. I'm like, are you? And then you keep talking to her. She's like, no, but I eat this and then I eat that. I'm really good with my diet. And then when you keep on talking to her, she's like, no, she's not. Yeah. She's not doing. She's just tricking herself and you.
Yeah, exactly. So I realized that very, very fast, and I think this is a problem that comes to people who have discipline and have certain goals that they get to, is sometimes that we get carried away with it as well. That we get to a point where it's like, I have told everybody I'm doing this, and now I can't do this anymore. You know? And when I had that phase where I ended up in the bathroom eating Kit Kats and hiding the wrappers in my bathroom, and it was nobody's business what I was doing. I think my parents really thought I was crazy for doing that diet to begin with. They would have stuffed Kit Kats down my mouth, but it's because I felt ashamed that I couldn't stick to.
Yeah, because you were telling everybody else.
Exactly. So I think there's also that line to discipline at the end of the day.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
You shouldn't overdo anything.
Definitely. What advice would you give somebody for their fitness journey, whether it's coming down to when it comes to discipline?
You have to have a goal. You need to chase that goal. Just don't be super obsessed. Don't overdo things. Just be in the middle. Be happy while you do your goal. While you chase your goal.
Of course.
What's the purpose of life if you don't have a goal?
No, that's for sure. That's for sure. But yeah, definitely don't get obsessed with it.
Don't get. If you obsess over things, you're just gonna get to the point where you're just hating it and you're just quit everything. So you have to have this middle.
You have to find balance.
Yeah, you have to.
Definitely. So thank you guys for tuning in today to today's episode of It's Pretty Simple. So if you have any questions to ask her about how she manages her busy life, I don't know what she said on here. She's much better in Arabic, as we said. You can follow her. What's your Instagram?
AALYAKOOB. You don't have to.
You have to. She doesn't want followers. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you next time on It's Pretty Simple.